Beneath the blazing sun of southern Africa lies a place of extremes, the Kalahari, a desert by name but far from lifeless. It stretches over 900,000 square kilometers across Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. A kingdom of red sand, thorny scrub, ancient salt pans, and skies that burn by day and freeze by night. Here water is a whisper. Rain arrives like a miracle and vanishes just as fast. Life must adapt or it disappears. Yet even in this hostile terrain, nature thrives in bold defiance. The heavyweight hippopotamus ruler of shrinking oases. The sentinel giraffe towering over the plains with watchful grace. The strategist meerkat working as one in perfect unity. The runner ostrich faster than fear itself. And the survivor warthog clawing through dust to keep life going. But their enemies aren't just lions or drought. They battle something more insidious, a changing world, vanishing water, shifting climates, human encroachment. At Wildlife Documentary Hub, we journey deep into the planet's last wild places, like the Kalahari, to bring you their untold stories. If you love nature, crave the thrill of the wild, and believe these voices deserve to be heard, hit subscribe and join us in keeping the wild alive. Because this isn't just a documentary, it's a front row seat to one of Earth's most epic survival stories.
Not just nature's hand at work.
She is called Grace, and she wears her name with dignity. At over 16 feet tall, she is both queen and sentinel. With every graceful stride, Grace maps out the drylands, seeking the green crowns of acacia trees, her only sanctuary. Her long neck isn't just for feeding. It's a vantage point, a lookout tower. Her heart must pump blood nearly 2 meters straight up. A feat of pressure, precision, and design. But she is not alone. Trailing behind her calf takes tentative steps, each one a gamble in a land of predators. From 3 kilometers away, Grace sees the flick of a tail in the grass. She freezes, calculates. She doesn't run. She turns. The lioness hesitates, then vanishes into the scrub. Not today. In the Kalahari, strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it walks on silent hooves and watches, with eyes that never blink. Grace isn't just a mother. She is the seer of the horizon. And in a world that grows more dangerous by the day, she is hope, standing tall. He is called Thunderlegs of the Dunes, a desert sprinter, a guardian, a father. The alpha ostrich towers over the plains, his plumage rippling in the wind like tattered flags. Behind him, a trail of gangly chicks stumble through the sandstorm eyes, wide legs, wobbly hearts, learning the rhythm of survival. In the Kalahari, speed is salvation. With legs built like coiled steel, the ostrich can sprint at over 70 kilometers per hour, fast enough to outrun cheetahs and strong enough to kick a lion into retreat. But even speed has its limits when threats come from all sides. These eggs, each weighing nearly 1.5 kilograms, are treasures and targets. Yet the ostrich does not guard alone. In a rare display of partnership, the male watches by night, while the female shields by day, her feathers a perfect camouflage against the earth. As the first rays of light pierce the haze, a crack splits the shell. and a new life answers the call of the desert. He may never fly, but the ostrich commands the winds. A bird built for dust and danger, a giant that dances with the storm. She's not fast, she's not fierce, but she is relentless. They call her Mama Tusk, and her strength lies below the surface. With knees bent and snout to the ground, she digs inch by inch, carving burrows not just for herself, but for life hidden beneath the sand. The warthog may look rough, but her impact runs deep. Literally. Her tusks and snout churn the soil, creating miniature rain traps and air pockets where roots can breathe, seeds can settle, and desert frogs can wait out the dry months. For the people of the Kalahari warthog tracks are more than footprints, they're signs of hope. Where she digs water might follow. When the night comes, Mama Tusk disappears, tail first, into the earth. Her burrow a fortress from hyenas' heat and hardship. In a land that gives so little, she gives back more than she takes. Not with noise, not with speed, but with persistence. She is the heartbeat beneath the dust, the architect of renewal in a place desperate for second chances. Once the rhythm of this desert beat like a drum. The rains arrived, the grass grew, the grazers fed, the hunters followed. Life moved in sync like a symphony of survival. But now, the song is out of tune. Seasons shift without warning. The rains come late or not at all. Grass withers before it can feed the herds. Pans dry into bone-white scars. Predators desperate and starved grow reckless. Lions stalk giraffes, not out of strategy, but necessity. Cheetahs chase warthogs through villages they once avoided. Even the smallest creatures falter. Frogs vanish from empty puddles.
Not just nature's
Bees
hand at work.
collapse in sun-bleached hives. Birds abandon old flight paths, chasing water that no longer exists. But it's not just nature's hand at work. The sands are carved for mining. Forests cut for fuel. Rivers rerouted for farms. And in the black market shadows, fur tusks and horns change hands like currency. The Kalahari isn't just drying, it's being unraveled. But even in silence, there are still songs waiting to be sung. In the north of the Kalahari, hands, worn by generations, dig holes not for profit, but for promise. The Sand, the first people of this land, do not speak of owning nature. They speak of walking with it. They plant trees where none grow. Track warthog trails to hidden springs. Show their children how to read the wind like a book. Alongside them, conservationists restore what once thrived: native grasses, shaded corridors, wildlife corridors that stitch life back together. 500 hectares reborn, not by chance, but by choice. And under a lone acacia, children sit beside meerkat dens, sketching creatures not from textbooks, but from memory. Hope doesn't roar, it whispers, in the hands of those who remember, and those willing to listen. Here in the Kalahari, survival isn't a story of strength, it's a story of balance. Each footstep, each wing beat, each burrow is part of a dance older than memory. Fragile, fierce, unfinished. The hippo carving rivers, the giraffe sowing seeds with every step. The meerkat, the ostrich, the warthog, each a thread in this vast and delicate tapestry. But if this land teaches us anything, it's that life finds a way when we give it a chance. These animals are not just survivors, they are teachers, reminding us that resilience is built on connection, that strength is shared, that no creature, no person, stands alone. Their fight is not over, and neither is ours. Every action is a drop of water in a dry world. Be the rain. At Wildlife Documentary Hub, we believe stories have power to awaken, to inspire, to protect. If this story moved you, let it move you forward. Subscribe to stay connected with Earth's wildest corners. Share this film to let their voices echo beyond the dunes. And if you can donate to help protect the real warriors still fighting. Because somewhere in the Kalahari, a raindrop just touched the earth and life begins again.